Art Society, and we're doing the Talkback for Pants by Claire Smith. First we're gonna start with going down the line. I'll grab your name, your pronouns if you like, and your role in the production. We'll start with you.
My name is Brooke. I use all pronouns, and I'm the stage manager.
My name is Claire Smith. I use they, she, he pronouns, and I am the playwright or word designer.
My name is Logan Hockley, and I was the director, he, him, otherwise known as movement designer.
I'm Ray Dyer. I played Guy, and I go by all pronouns.
My name is Brice. I played man, and I go by he, they pronouns.
My name is Griffin. I use he, him pronouns, and I played Worker 1, Bra, Undies, Voice, and Police 1.
My name is Caiden. My pronouns are he, they. I played Worker 2, Voice on TV, Sock, Shoe, and Officer 2.
I'm Achilles. My pronouns are they, them. I was a puppeteer and the voice of Pants.
I'm Norm. My pronouns are they, he. I was also Pants and also Shirt.
Alright, did it, guys. We did the Talkback.
And cut. I just have a couple questions. No problem. Alrighty, so this is kind of for anyone who wants to grab this question. What was it like puppeteering?
Oh, wow.
Well, I broke a couple puppets a couple times. Yeah, it was interesting. It was really good though. It was fun. I'm an engineering student, so I had a lot of things to say to anything that changed with the puppet. I'm like, we're gonna do this now. But I was really good with it.
I really enjoyed the exploration work we did. We did a lot of mirroring and finding the ranges of our puppets as well, finding the mouth and the eyes and how they interact with each other and how we interact with our puppets as well. And yeah, I think the exploration that Logan had us do was incredibly useful and really helped develop those characters.
It was challenging. It was challenging holding two things in my hand at the same time and like playing off of each other and doing two different voices. It was very tough, but I enjoyed it.
Awesome. This next question is for Nor. Nor, we would like to know, what was it like developing the character and maybe the language for the shirt?
Oh, so I had a lot of help from Claire, because I have no experience speaking gibberish, so I honestly didn't really know what I was getting myself into. But yeah, Claire was super helpful with that, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll touch on that. I have been super inspired by clown. I love gibberish, and I love throwing in a couple of English words into my gibberish, of words that just like throw in an occasional fuck, and it's just funnier. So yeah, we developed the language by just kind of going off what felt right, and Nor had a couple words that they had used in rehearsals before we solidified the dialogue. And so we tried to use as many of those words as possible, because those were words that felt right for Nor and for the scene, so yeah.
Awesome, thank you. The next question is for Caiden and Griffin. We're wondering what the process of improvisation together was like.
Oh boy.
Was it like playing off each other?
So, well, we've been playing off of current events a lot. So, like tonight's show, Friday's show, we did a bit about Black Friday and preparing for that and like putting safety measures in place and yeah, but also it's that improvisation scene is a good audience warm up for everything that's about to come. And yeah, what do you guys think?
It was a process. I mean, at the beginning, we were gonna improv for the entire pre-show. And we got to a certain point where it was almost too much. We were being too funny, we were being too hilarious. And we got told to turn it down a little bit, and we could not do that for 15 minutes straight because we're just naturally so funny. So when we did, it didn't work out, so we kept shortening it and then saying, okay, let's do it like at the very tail end of pre-show after the land acknowledgement. and it's more respectful that way as well.
Yeah.
And we felt it worked better. Just a little snippet, we're not stealing a large chunk.
Yeah,
to,
it's not like a whole, yeah.
do our thing.
They could though.
Establish, we wanted to establish a sense of normalcy, like, that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank you so much, that's awesome. Next question is for Rain. Our question is, what was it like having to act without interacting with the pants puppet?
It definitely took some time, because Achilles is just so funny and so good at improvising dialogue in between their own lines, and it took a little bit, but it honestly, like, once you're actually like in it and performing it and taking it like really seriously, it's a lot easier to sort of just focus on man and just be in that world and shut it out.
Awesome. All right, Claire, question for the wonderful word designer. The question is, well, Pants started as a project in playwriting too, correct?
Yeah.
How do early drafts of the play compare to what's being performed right now?
They were much shorter, probably about a 20-30 minute play, and that was maybe with all the action, so we doubled that. The dream sequence was, I believe it came in the 4th or 5th draft. The current draft we saw was draft 6. So yeah, it's gone through a lot. The first ending, Guy was also murdered. Pants burst through the door and, no, Pants knocked on the door and Guy opened it. And Pants killed Guy, and then Man was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And Man was like, whoops, I didn't mean to kill him, I was trying to kill you. And then proceeded to kill Man as well. And then just run off into the distance. This version, I think has a lot more.
They're stealing the limelight.
Keep going. I think this draft has a lot more silliness and just lightheartedness, and it's a play that really matters to me, and it's something that's evolved into just something to give people a break from shitty life and laugh. And I think that this cast and crew has done an amazing job of making people laugh.
Couldn't agree more. I know I laughed a lot. Next question is for Achilles. I was told you've got previous puppeting experience.
I have, yeah.
How did that influence your work with the puppet in this show?
Yeah, I think the first time I professionally puppeteered, I was puppeteering a different 2-person puppet. Their name was Doni, and it was like a head and 2 arms, kind of like Swedish chef style. And so Andreas, who was my lovely partner, was the head and the arm, and I was the other arm, and I had my hand kind of around their shoulder. It was kind of really interesting because when you're not the person talking, you become like the kind of like eyes of the puppet and the observer, and you're able to kind of like be grounded for who's there. And so I was really grateful I kind of had that experience of being like not the person in charge of the puppet, because then when I took on Pants, I feel like I had a better understanding of how I could help Nora understand like the improv I was trying to do, or like how I could let Nora lead me through blocking when like they knew I had like a complicated monologue that I was trying to like. So it was really helpful. I did hootenanny, so I strengthened my arm. You would not believe how heavy denim gets after like 30, 40 minutes of like shaking it and making it breathe. You're like, oh my god. So yeah, good arm strength and good listening skills, I guess. That's right to sum it up.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Brice, our wonderful man.
The character.
What was your process developing a relationship with a scene partner that was a pair of jeans?
Oh man. It started off very differently. For the first like several rehearsals, I was just looking at my legs But the challenge with that was I just see whatever the puppet was doing out of the corner of my eye and be like, and just continuing to do it like that. Like I would never really get used to it. So that was definitely a big thing with it. I think finding the eyes of the puppet, because like talking to a puppet with a face is one thing. Like talking to undies is one thing. When like you're just looking at like a button, it's super different. So like I had to actively like make sure I wasn't looking at Achilles or Nor. But yeah, having like my scene partner being a pair of jeans was it was a lot of fun.
I can tell you guys were having so much fun out there, and that made the show even more enjoyable than it already was. All right, Brooke, stage manager, question for you. What was your experience like stage managing such an absurd show?
This being my first show here, and then my first show stage managing for a while was a lot. But then having to blocking notes for a pair of pants was so absurd. It started with me going, oh, Achilles and Nor, and then going, that's way too long. Pants, and then going, no, that's so long. Drawing pants. It was a lot of fun though. Definitely, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would definitely do it again.
I do remember like our third or fourth rehearsal, we like ran through a scene and you were like, you guys have to do it again. I was laughing, I wasn't writing down the plot.
The blocking notes just have little drawings of pants in them.
They do, yeah. I tried the pants and then all the puppets as well because I didn't have the energy or time to be like, yeah, Griffin, but like as underwear. It was just like, yeah, bra and undies, move together, here they go. It was a lot more fun.
I really want to see these blocking notes.
I'll show you.
We'll post them on our Patreon.
Come and task-rific for a discount.
Oh my gosh.
Logan,
Yeah.
your final question.
Cool.
Or second last question, I should say.
Second last.
Calm down, I apologize. What was the process of directing a pretty new script?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. This was my first full-length directorial piece as well. So I really cherished the opportunity to work on it from such an early stage, because like, it's one thing to like pick up a play and read it and dissect it and discover it, but it's another thing to discover it and then be able to ask the playwright questions about it. Yeah, because we went through 3 workshops at least, something like that, just sort of finalizing the play, and like through that time I got a lot better of a grasp of what the play was than I probably would have had just, you know, reading it, going at it on my own. Yeah, and then also just like working with a new piece in, you know, actually making it was such a unique experience, because there was nothing to like refer to, like, oh, how did other people do this, how did blah blah blah. But it was also incredibly unique, because I loved all my little actors, because they brought so many opportunities and suggestions and options to the room that so many of them were incorporated into the show. So just all these new things coming together to make this new piece was just a lot of fun and very unique. So I highly recommend.
Awesome, thank you. And last question, we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna start with Nor this time. Let me know your favorite or one of your favorite moments during the process. Funny moments, enjoyable, something you learned, whatever you want to tell us.
Oh, I made the offer of having Brice drink another glass of water when he needed to distract himself from having to pee, and I'm so glad that Logan took the offer.
Ooh, this is a really hard one. My favorite memory is from when I'm not even like on. When Brice goes wild factor. I don't know if it was ever in the blocking, but this one leg gets an impulse to like go up with it, and it like gives it such a leg, and no one ever laughs at it. No offense. But it's just like it's an impulsive leg, but like every time in rehearsal I'd be like, you're so sweet, that's so funny. So I think that, and probably busting the door open tonight on accident. Yeah.
Oh, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of hilarious moments that have happened during this whole process, and it's next to impossible to choose some. I think quite early in the process, when we were workshopping Claire, was the line that guy has, it's, I'm just a guy.
I'm just a guy.
That's such like a, I'm just a guy. It's, something about it really gets me, and I think it just like sums up that character really well, I think. And yeah, that's such a like a fun moment for me to watch, and yeah.
Please keep talking, I haven't thought of mine yet. Yeah, maybe just the bond that the cast is created throughout the whole process. I mean, we have hobbies together, we're friends. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyways, yeah, I feel like we're friends. Like, I feel like we've learned a lot about each other. We spend a lot of time, like, on our off time when we're not rehearsing and we're on a break together. We're still together, right? We have a really tight bond, and I really love it. And I love this. I love these guys. I love these guys. Just in general, doing like a silly little play. It's getting to just be silly and give like batshit insane offers. Like, I have two that ended up in the show where I sing Creep, or a pants-related parody of Creep, behind the dressing room when I'm getting into my new pants. And then I take like, at this point in the play, it's like probably around 20 seconds to die. There are runs where it was like upwards of a minute.
Yeah, there were.
So I think just getting the opportunity to make offers like that and to not be like fucking kicked out of the room I enjoyed it.
It's my favorite moment. It's a small moment, and I think it really helps soften the ending a little bit. Is when Brice dies and falls to the floor, reaches for the couch pillow, puts it under his head, and then settles. Like they fall around, they settle, and then they reach for the pillow, grab it, put the head down, and settle again. That part kills me every time I see it.
I think my favorite bits have been, bear with me, the times where you guys get shit wrong, but then recover so beautifully. Especially in the last week, he's really been able to see your guys' true skills as improvisers, and anytime anything has gone wrong, you guys have been like beyond on the ball. Like you guys have been planning for this for months, it feels like. It's just so nice to see things go wrong and then go better because of it.
I think just like everybody's like ability to commit fully and their willingness to do that. Particularly the one moment that is like my favorite moment in the whole play is when Brice directly looks at one of the audience members and goes, "Oh God, their clothing is on me!" And like when people get it, because it takes people a second, and then people just start losing their minds, and it just makes my heart so happy every time.
I think throughout the whole process has just been Achilles' offers of just like little vocal sounds, like the squish and the oh ew, or Guy doing the ritual, and then it's just a oh ew. All of that is just I can't hear it anymore that I'm in the booth, but while I was on a table, oh, it was glorious. So good.
I really loved the cuffing joke. So good. Oh, it gets me every single time I think about it. I love it. I love that we're all wearing pants tonight.
Me too. I also love that we're all wearing pants tonight.
We didn't even plan it!
I was gonna do this in my underwear.
Alright, well thank you guys so much for participating in the Talkback and doing this incredible show. Once again, I'm Noah Hurley, general member of TAS, and join us for the next Talkback.
When it happens.
Next semester! Next semester!
I'll ask about dying, it'll probably be JCS.